How are you? Now I'm Rekanjali. Today I will teach you social science geography 7th chapter, that is Indian land resources. Land means So in India, north side is very small. The middle India is very broad, and the south India is very narrow. The land size also will be like that only, spread. Now resources means the wealth. Land also is wealth. Why it is called wealth? Because mainly the land means we grow crops, agriculture purpose we use land. Not only the children, land we use for various purposes. On land only forest is there. You know that forest is very important for our life. Forest also is on land. Roadways, railways, bridge also constructed, industries also constructed, apartments, and various things. I'm giving only few. Various things are on land only. Now, here, land resources means availability of the land for our use. That is called land resources. Now, I'll proceed to the land use pattern of India. We are talking only about Indian land. So let us learn today how much of the land is available for our various purposes. Now, the distribution of land, for different uses such as forestry, cultivation, pastures. Pastures means grassland, and we rear cattle there, is called land use or land utilization. Now, here one more thing before that, geographical factors like landforms, climate, and soil determine the land use in India. A major portion of land available in India is under the cultivation. The land use can be broadly classified into 7 categories. They are net sown area, number one, number second, forest area, third, land not available for cultivation, fourth, fallow land, fifth, cultivable waste, sixth, permanent pasture and other grazing land, seventh, land under miscellaneous uses. Now, under these headings today, we are the distribution of land. Now, children, the net down area, the total area of available land is fixed. It is necessary to make proper use of the available land. We should not waste land. If the land is fertile, we should make use of it, because population is much than any other nation in the world. Okay, so we should make use of the land whatever available. Now next one, it includes land that can be used to cultivate crops. Here picture I'm showing, no? So cultivation of the land. See how nicely, systematically they have sown the seed, and then now that uh, they are growing the crops. Agriculture means, what is agriculture? There's a question they'll ask you in the examination. One mark question, children. Agriculture means growing of plants and crops along with cattle rearing, sericulture, poultry, and other activities practiced to fulfill our basic needs. Now, agriculture means what? Don't think that only growing the crops. There are various activity will take place, children. That is also called agriculture only. Agriculture main thing that growing the crops. Apart from that, agriculture means cattle rearing also agriculture, sericulture, poultry. Poultry means what? Hen rearing, duck rearing, any other birds rearing, that is called poultry. The other activities, these are all called agriculture only. Culture means bringing up, growing, like that. Agriculture provides, you know, food for human beings, fodder for animals, and raw materials for industry. Again, I'll repeat. Agriculture provides food for human beings, fodder for animals, and raw materials for industries. Thus, it plays a very important role in Indian economy. Got it? Now see here, in India only 22.8% of the total reported area is under forest. You know, now next, land not available for cultivation. Before that, I will teach you important types of agriculture practiced in India. There are various types. Number one, subsistence farming. Second, intensive farming. Third, commercial farming. Fourth, mixed farming. Fifth, plantation farming. Sixth, dry farming. Seventh, humid farming. And eighth, irrigation farming. Now let us learn one by one in detail. What is subsistence farming? Subsistence farming is agriculture is known as, this is a type of agriculture is known as subsistence agriculture, since the produce grown is consumed mainly by the people who grow it. That means what? If farmer has got a land, medium or small land, he will grow the crops. Any crop he will grow, and he will use it for his family, not for the commercial purpose. That means not for sale. Okay. So that is called a subsistence farming. Next, in the subsistence farming, there are two types of subsistence farming. They are number one, shifting cultivation and sedentary farming. What is shifting cultivation? This type of agriculture is called shifting cultivation because the land used for cultivation is shifted often. Shifted often means what? Always they'll shift the cultivation, not land. People, they will be shifted because of the availability of water. Rain, if there no rainfall means what they'll do? They'll leave the land and they'll go in search of the fertile land and where water is available. If the land loses its fertility, immediately they will go in search of the other land, and where the land is fertile, there they'll grow the crops. Water scarcity, fertility of the soil depends. And if the climatic condition is worse, not favorable, then the people, they will move to the other place where the favorable climatic condition is there. Usually who will do this type of work, children? Forest area, the tribal people and wanderers who are all living in the borders of the forest area or mountainous region and all, they will go in search of water or land where which is fertile or climate favorable climatic condition like that. That is called shifting cultivation. Okay. Now next, in that group only, second group is sedentary cultivation. This is a practice of agriculture in the same place permanently is called sedentary cultivation. I need not give you the example because today all are staying in one place only, in the same land, and they will grow the crops. If at all water scarcity occurs, what they'll do? Through irrigation or digging the well, they will grow the crops. If soil loses its fertility, what they'll do? They'll add, manures, or they'll add any other things, you know, they have a modern method to make the soil fertile, fertilizer. Okay, manure or fertilizer they'll add, and then they will grow the crops. So this is called sedentary. Permanently, the farmers will live in the same place, and then they'll grow permanently there and modifying the, their land. So this is sedentary. Now next one, a method of farming in which a large amount of capital and labor are required for unit of land is called intensive farming. They may ask you in the examination. Many years they asked in the SSLC examination, what is intensive farming? Now, one more question they had asked. A method of farming in which a large amount of capital and labor means workers, are required for unit of land is called intensive farming. Now, next one, growing a wide variety of crops along with other agriculture activities like cattle rearing, sericulture, poultry, and other activization. The same form is called mixed farming. Here, children, they will ask you either what is intensive farming or what is mixed farming. Generally, they've asked mostly that what is mixed farming. If they ask you, again I'll repeat, growing a wide variety of crops, many crops they'll grow. No mixed crops or same crops in a large quantity they'll grow along with other agricultural activities. Activities means what? With that, not only land growing, even the other side what they'll do? Cattle rearing. That means a cow they'll keep, or buffalo or sheep or goat or pig they will rear. That is called cattle rearing. That also side by side they'll do. Don't think that only they'll grow the crops. This also they will do side by side. Sericulture means silkworm rearing. Either cattle rearing they'll do or silkworm rearing. They'll grow plenty of mulberry plants and leave the worms. Then the worms know the nicely they'll eat and they'll grow fat, and then they'll produce saliva in their mouth, and then the saliva is a sticky one, and then it will become round, and then it is called cocoons. Then that cocoons what will happen? No, then it will when it will form when it will build it fully, then these farmers they'll collect it and boil in a high temperature. Then layers will come in that they will weave, and then they will take out the silk thread. That is called sericulture. Any one only they'll do, not all cattle rearing, sericulture, everything. Any one they'll opt. Poultry means I told you, I mentioned already that birds, that is hens, cocks, or duck, or any other animals. Okay, and other activization, the same form is called mixed farming. Now, next one, production of crops and rearing of animals mainly for sale is called commercial farming. They will ask your children one question: what is commercial farming? Or in MCQ, they'll ask commercial farming means A, B, C, D. They'll ask you. So you should write commercial farming means what? Production of crops and rearing of animals mainly for sale purpose. They will utilize that is secondary for the family, but which acres of land they'll do this activization, and mainly for the sale purpose they will do. Example: coffee, sorry, sugarcane, cotton, tobacco, chilies, and oil seeds, much more other crops, children. I have mentioned only few, much more crops in a large scale they'll grow, that is called for sale purpose, that is called commercial farming. Next, specialization in one type of crop cultivation, specially grown in export, is called plantation farming. Very rarely they've asked this question, but one or two times I have seen. What is plantation farming? Specialization in one type of crop cultivation, specially grown for export, means sending to the foreign countries, is called plantation crops. Example: coffee, tea, rubber, coconut, spices, etc. A method of farming carried on in areas which receive scanty rainfall. Scanty means less, low rainfall, or having limited acres of irrigation facility, or having no such facilities, is called dry farming. Farmers, whatever he feels, he can't grow the crops. First, he should study the nature of the soil. After only he can grow the crops. 3, 4 crops they'll give option. He should take the sample of soil to the lab. Agriculture universities and agriculture lab is there available. There he will go and then he will test the soil. Then they'll give options, sir. 5 to 6 options to grow the crop that only he can grow. Follow? Now, like this. Now, like this what happen now in the dry area where rainfall is less. Rainfall will be there but less. So such area also they'll give options of growing crops like wheat, ragi, maize. Some crops they can grow. A method of farming carried on in areas which receive scanty rainfall or having limited access to irrigation facility or having no such facility is called dry farming. Next, a method of farming carried on in areas which receive sufficient rainfall without the help of irrigation facility is called the humid farming. Rainfall is moderate, plenty of water is available, soil also is fertile, then that is called a humid farming. No any problem. Now next, a method of farming under which crops are grown with the help of irrigation is called irrigation farming. This is very easy to learn. Now, agriculture in India has 3 cropping seasons. Even in agriculture, also 3 seasons are there, children. That is, once during monsoon season, June to September monsoon season, that time, rainfall will be no guarantee plenty of crops, no, which requires more water. That type of crop they'll grow. Another during northeast monsoon season. Northwest monsoon season means that is in the November to January. That time rainfall will be moderate, sometimes only heavy. So according to that water availability, they'll grow the crops. Now the third in between Kharif and Rabi season. Kharif means heavy rainfall. Then rainfall will decrease as the month approaches October, November. And Rabi season means no rainfall, only irrigation method they'll grow the crops. In between this Kharif season and Rabi season, no, that is, no, they'll grow the crops. Which crops is suitable, they'll grow that. The cropping season that begins with the onset of southwest monsoon is called Kharif season. Now I have given what is Kharif season, they'll ask you. Then you should write the cropping season that begins with the onset means start of the southwest monsoon is called Kharif season. Monsoon season also is called the Kharif season for agriculture. The post means ending the monsoon season, when it will end, that is called post monsoon season is called Rabi season. The season in between Kharif and Rabi season, follow, that is also one season. Now let us see which are the important crops they grow. Paddy, ragi, jowar, bajra, wheat, maize, vegetables, fruits and pulses are the important food crops grown in India. They'll ask you which are the staple food of India, which are the main crops grown in India. They'll ask you. So you should write all I have just mentioned. Now, next one, India is the second largest producer of paddy in the world. Then you may ask me, then which is the first largest growing area, largest producer of paddy? That is China. Okay, India is the second largest producer of paddy in the world. It is mainly a kharif crop, that is in monsoon season, because paddy requires lots of water. Water should stand to our knee. If we stand now till the knee level, water should be there. It should stand, not flowing water. For sugar cane and paddy, much water is required, standing water. That's why the sugarcane and paddy is grown in the Kharif season. Got it? Paddy grows well in alluvial soil or clay soil as it needs stagnant water. Just now I mentioned no standing water is called stagnant water. Then what type of soil it requires? Alluvial soil and clay. And now let us come to the wheat. Wheat requires moderate climate. It is a rabi crop. Non-rainy season only wheat will grow. Wheat needs very less water. More water comes means the wheat crop will become rotten. So wheat and ragi and all, I'll take only wheat children. Wheat requires very less water. Follow? And that's why it is called rabi crop. Punjab is called the wheat granary of India. In India, where more wheat is grown, Punjab, it is very close to Pakistan. Okay, now next one. I'll come to the other commercial crop, sugar cane. It is used as a raw material for production of sugar, jaggery, and alcohol, and in paper industries. Sugar cane is a commercial crop, and the production, even this is also kharif crop. Sugar cane. Just now I mentioned that sugar cane also needs stagnant water. It's a stand. And also sugarcane is an annual crop, means once in a year only it will grow. When we'll put grafting, grafting means cutting the stem and then installing inside the soil, then it will grow. No seed, okay? Now it will grow. It will take nearly 10. Some there are breeds are there in sugarcane. Some sugarcane will grow 10 months. Some sugarcane 11 or 12 months. This sugarcane, what we should do is here, the farmers know they should be very careful. Water, much it requires, stagnant water it needs. And 10th month or 11th month, they should be aware, and then they should be watching the sugarcane. And immediately when it will grow fully, they know that which month it will fully grown and all. They are well versed, no farmers. So they'll cut off immediately, and immediately they'll pack it, and nearly half kilometer 1 kilometer only sugar factories will be there. They will send it. Good transport is required, where the sugar cane they'll grow, no fair good roadways should be there. Transport, good network of transport it requires. And then that's why immediately they will send it to the industry. Then there also in industry what will happen, immediately they'll crush, peel out first, then they'll crush the sugar cane and extract juice, and then they'll boil it, and then in a filter wise they'll make first filter is sugar, that candies, big candies, and small candies, whatever it is. After big candies, the leftover and all they send it to the other department, and then the section it will go and then make it big blocks type, cube type and all. And again they will send it to the other section, then small blocks, and the other section they will send it to the leftover, and then it will become powder type, small, very tiny blocks. After all leftover is powder type, that like that. And still leftover will be there, and all that leftover plenty will be there. Then they will send it to the other section, they'll boil it with some water and all. Then that is chemicals, slight chemicals they'll add, and then jaggery. Jaggery also, that molds are there. In that molds and all they'll put, and then different shapes, square, rectangular shape or round shape, whatever it is, and that and all they'll make. So the product of sugar cane is sugar, variety of sugar, and jaggery, and alcohol also they'll manufacture. And also the leftover after crushing all the sugar, juice in the sugar cane, the leftover waste they will send it to the other factory. That also close by only, transport facility only, that won't spoil. Then they will send it to the paper industry. Then paper industry, what they'll do, they will add bamboo, grass, sabai grass, chemicals, and some more other leaves, dry leaves are there, and waste of sugar cane, and they'll manufacture variety of paper. Got it? One more thing I want to tell you, children. I told you already that farmers should be very careful, like how the small infant, will be taken care, much care, like that. Even sugar cane also, when it fully grown, the farmer will take much care and cut immediately. Why? If at all he leaves, you know in the field only, what will happen? Sometimes due to the climatic condition or weather condition, if sunlight is much on 2 3 days, the juice inside the sugarcane, it will evaporate, and then inside nothing will be left in the sugarcane. It is a waste for 1 year. Okay, then only that waste type will be there. Okay, that is of no use. 1 year gone waste. Sometimes the climatic condition windy, or some wind will blow, or hot mixed cold climate weather it occurs, means then inside the juice, no, it will turn into pale. That is, it will lose its taste. It may turn into either green or yellow or brownish or red color, and then tasteless. The juice will become tasteless. That's of no use. 1 year will go waste. So the farmer who will grow sugarcane, he should be very, very careful, and then immediately, after studying that, immediately he will cut and send it to the sugar industry. That's why this is called complex, children. Complex means what? A number of industries are located in nearby half kilometer or 1 furlong or 2 furlong. In that area only, very closely, they are all established. That is called complex. So after this, the waste will they send it to the other industry, the byproducts. Immediately they send, and then they will manufacture so many things. Byproducts are there from the sugar cane. Sugar cane is, that's why sugar cane is an annual, means once in a year only completely it will grow crop, and it needs irrigation. If less rainfall, monsoon is not definite, children. Sometimes it will be heavy, sometimes it will be moderate, sometimes it will become less. So irrigation always they'll be following. Next one, sugar cane. It grows in alluvials and black soil. Now, Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer of sugar cane in India. Okay. Now, India is the second largest producer of sugar cane in the world. First is Cuba, that is below the North America. Now I'll come to the other crop, commercial crop, that is tobacco. Tobacco means, that is like a stem, a short stem. It will grow to only 3 4 feet. Okay, that's all. So that is a stem type. When it will dry, it will come dry. Then they will take it and cut it out, and then they'll make it powder, or cut into small small pieces. They will manufacture. I mean, they'll wrap in either leaf or the paper, that is called cigarette or BD. Some people they will use snuff, nasha. They'll tell to the nose and all. So tobacco is also, India is famous for growing tobacco, children. I mean, national income we fetches from this tobacco also. Foreign people and all, they use tobacco much, sugar, cigarette and beedi and all. I mean, cigarette and cigar. Okay, tobacco is cultivated as a rabi crop. It doesn't need much rain at all. Very less water. In dry area only, it grows plenty. A wide variety of climatic and soil conditions. Now, India stands third in the world for the production of tobacco. Now, one more thing, cotton. Cotton is a fiber crop. It is also commercial crop. Cotton is grown in a dry area, and then it is not a very trees are not very big, medium. It grows well in alluvial and black and red soil, which is well drained. And cotton when it will grow fully, immediately they'll cover with either in a cloth or a plastic cover, because when the wind comes, when wind blows, even the cotton also will move off. It will go, follow, leaving that plant. It's like flower type. And sometimes the seeds in the cotton, no, it will disperse. So that cotton will become light and then it will move. And if fog, snow falls, means all the cotton will, it will become small, and then it will useless. It will become useless. And rain means, cotton will go off. And sometimes cotton also will turn into pale color or a brownish color. No use of that. That's why, cotton also very carefully they will, pluck and then send it. Cotton is a fiber crop. It grows well in alluvial soil and black or red soil, which is well drained. Next, I'll come to the plantation crops. Coffee and tea are the beverage crops, mean drinking. Coffee and tea we use it for drinking purpose. Both of these crops require hot and humid climate to grow. Plenty of rainfall it needs, but water should not stand. It will flow. Follow like that. Cropping pattern refers to the proportion of area under various crops at a point of time in a unit area. Production of flowers for marketing is called floriculture. Culture means growing, I told you. Flora means flower. Flower. They'll grow plenty of flowers. Today marketing is big. You know, that's called floriculture. Cultivation of fruits and flowers and vegetables all together, it is called horticulture. Now, like this, what is you know, the role of horticulture in India? It makes agriculture more profitable through efficient land use, optimum utilization of natural resources, and generating skilled employment for rural masses. It enhances exports and also provides nutritional security. India has emerged as an important producer of horticulture crops. It has become the second largest producer of fruits in the world. And now I'll come to the cultivable wasteland. It includes the land which is not taken up for cultivation due to certain soil deficiency. Now, next, I'm showing the picture here, see children, and permanent pastures and other grazing lands. It accounts for only 3.4% of the total reporting area in India. Next, land under miscellaneous uses. Miscellaneous means any purpose, small uses. It includes gardens, orchards, and plantations, which account only 1.1% of total area in the country. Agriculture, I told you all that already. That tilling of the soil for raising food crops and raw materials needed by human beings is called agriculture. But agriculture today, it is scientific method. If they adopt, we can grow the crops. You know, now India is a country known for agriculture. Nearly 65% of the people depend on agriculture. Agriculture supports tertiary sector, means transporting and this warehouses, means go down, storing, drying, no, and sending to the different parts of the country, like trade, transport, banking, insurance, all that will come. And I have mentioned all the different types of irrigation method. Crop seasons also I mentioned. And one more thing I want to tell you children, Zaid crop season. That is in between Kharif season and Rabi season is called Zaid. Okay. And now this one cropping pattern also I have mentioned. Now the cropping pattern of region refers to the production of an area under different crops at a given time. Different multi grains they'll grow. You know, now I mentioned the commercial crops, oil seeds also they'll grow. You know, the sunflower oil, sesame, you know, a castor seed oil, cotton seed oil. From cotton or seed also they will extract oil today. You know that they'll use for various purposes. And mustard seed oil, all that they will. And next one, plantation crops also I explained. Now food crops. Now it is the main staple food because population is very big in India, and the food is very necessary for all the people. Now we will grow. I have explained about the rice, wheat, and commercial crops of India. Sugar cane I explained. Tobacco, fiber crops also I explained. Cotton, beverage crops also, tea, coffee and beverage crops, horticulture and agriculture I have given. They may ask you what is horticulture, 1 mark question, or horticulture or MCQ question they'll ask you like that. Now I'll ask you a few questions, children. I hope that you all understood my teaching. What are the main uses of land resources? Number one. Second, why is land an important resource? Third, what are the classification of resource in land? Fourth, what are the types of agriculture? Fifth, what is crop season and cropping pattern? Now, why like this, no, children? I hope that all of you enjoyed and then understood my lesson, that is different forms of land in India, you know, and India land resources. Now, I'll wind up my class, and next class I'll come with the new chapter, either in science or history or whatever, or economics. Until that, take care, and then bye bye. Thank you.